An enormous pleasure for me personally to welcome Elizabeth Mpofu, who's the General Coordinator of La Via Campesina.
Can I stand? Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to repeat my name. He has already told you my name and where I come from. But truly speaking, I'm a small-scale farmer, a food producer, with the aim of feeding the world, my country, all the people at a global level. So, it is a great honor for me to have this opportunity to inaugurate the critical dialogue on food sovereignty. For those of us here in the delegation of La Via Campesina, it is very gratifying to see academics, researchers, and specialists from universities around the world coming together for the second time to debate a concept developed by peasant farmers ourselves. For us, it means we are now there. We are now being invisible. And we can be heard regardless what some of the people were thinking, that farmers are going to disappear. They were fooling themselves. For more than 100 years, the great thinkers have predicted that, of course, peasants would disappear. But we have not disappeared. We are still there. We are surviving. We are talking. We are debating. Look, the number of people who are here today for food sovereignty, a concept developed by us. As peasants, we believe that we are on this earth for a reason, and that reason is growing food. Food for our families, for our communities, food for our countries, and not just food, but healthy food. Food that is grown with respect for the Mother Earth, taking into consideration how to manage our environment. While we may not have had a high level of formal education, that does not mean we cannot think for ourselves and organize ourselves into a powerful global movement of resistance. But we are not just resisting. We are also trying to build something new, a better world, with our ideas and with our actions. Foremost among our ideas for how to build a better world has been food sovereignty. We developed this approach through sharing our diverse experiences as peasants in Africa, in Asia, in America, and in Europe. Through this dialogue across our differences, we came up with something new, something that is our gift for humanity. This is the idea that we can all struggle together to build food sovereignty. While it is true that food sovereignty comes from La Via Campesina, we do not have a patent on the concept. Rather, we invite all sectors of society to add their contributions to it. In that spirit, the peasant spirits, our community spirits of sharing and generosity, we look forward to the contributions of all of you who are gathered here today. We want to hear your questions, your doubts, your suggestions, your constructive criticisms, and we want to struggle together with you for a better food system. Worldwide, peasants, pastoralists, fisherfolk, and other small-scale food producers provide some 70% of the food consumed by humanity, even though we probably only hold a quarter of all farmland. In Africa, we women farmers do about 70% of the farm work, and we grow about 80% of the food Peasants, and especially peasant women, feed today's world. This is what we are defending. It is also a good starting point from which to build food sovereignty in which peasant farmers and especially peasant women will be able to keep feeding humanity while enjoying a life with dignity in harmony with our Mother Earth. In La Via Campesina, we see agrarian farm and the defense of territory, along with agroecology and local food systems, as key pillars in food sovereignty. For example, my community in Shasha in Masvingo province in Zimbabwe, it shows how agrarian farm and the agroecology can produce food sovereignty. We got our land by an occupation that was legalized by an agrarian reform. We grow our food agroecologically and we produce more food on the land than we produced by the large landowners who had the land before. We are now opening peasant agroecology schools in our community, and this will serve several communities in our region of Africa. In fact, La Via Campesina now has more than 40 peasant agroecology schools in the Americas, Africa, Asia, and Europe. And right now, we are in the process of opening new regional schools in Zimbabwe, Mali, Mozambique, Niger, India, Colombia, Chile, Guatemala, and Nicaragua. We are developing farmer-to-farmer and community-to-community processes of agroecology in our territories around the world. The recovery and strengthening of peasant seed systems goes hand in hand with agroecology. Without our own seeds, there cannot be agroecology. Without agroecology, we cannot build food sovereignty. We have consistently found through our own research that agroecological peasant farming, based on our own seeds and our own knowledge, is more productive and has lower production costs than conventional agriculture. We have found that in these places as diverse as Cuba, India, Ghana, Zimbabwe, and Brazil, we find that when families transform their farms through the recovery of ancestral practices and through agroecology and stop buying chemicals, there is a significant positive impact on the peasant family economy. They produce a greater diversity of products and become more autonomous. They get out of debt, as we are aware that so many farmers are dying, are killing, are committing suicide because of the debts. This is how we build food sovereignty from below. But while it is essential that we peasants build food sovereignty in our own homes, communities, and districts, we must also fight for better and more supportive public policies. We can point to our local successes in the policy debates to show that the alternatives do indeed work and work better. But we must build alliances and mobilization capacity to put better policies in place, food sovereignty policies. In short, this was my presentation, but to wind up, who didn't have his or her breakfast today? I think all of us, we woke up very early to get our breakfast. Now, if you take away land from me, how am I going to produce? Where are we going to get the food from? We are just witnessing the seed laws which are being developed now. I'm a peasant farmer, a small-scale producer. I'm in the rural areas, in the remotest areas. What does that mean to me? What are those harmonized seed laws? What is UPOV to me? Ladies and gentlemen, let's seriously think about this. I think together we can build a world which is free from all the challenges which we are struggling today. Globalize hope. Globalize the struggle. Globalize the struggle. Globalize the struggle. Thank you.
Thank you very much.